Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is your girl, K Gray, the makeup plug, back with another lovely client tutorial today. So today, my client came in. She always come in for a natural beat, guys. Really natural, no lashes, not that much makeup, some eyebrows, and that's really about it. So I wanted to do something really different with her eyebrows today, since she do have like bright red burgundy hair for the fall. So I decided to take my Juvia's Place palette. I believe I don't know which one it is, but I know it's number 2, the Tribe 2 or something like that. But that burgundy shade in there, I always show you all the same palette. The burgundy shade, I just took an angled brush and I started filling in her eyebrows. And I'm not going in the eyebrows as I would usually go in with the technique. I'm just basically filling, and I know it's going to look harsh, but trust me, I'm only filling so I can get some type of color in the brows that I'm looking for. So like the dark red burgundy is basically what I'm looking for in our brows. So I'm just going to go ahead and build that color up to my liking, and I'm going to do the same thing for the other brow. I'm really not worried about the shape as of right now, guys. I'm just worried about the color, basically trying to get the shadow into the brows and so it can stay. So when we do go in to shape the brows with the concealer, it'll be a good color payoff when it comes to her brows. So I'm doing the other brow right now with that same angle brush, and I'm just building that color up. It kind of it kind of looks like I'm dyeing her brows, like you know how they get them shaded or something. It kind of looks like that, like I'm dyeing them, I'm shading them in or something like that. But yeah, they look crazy. But it's okay, because we're about to take the spoolie and we're going to brush this product out to make them look natural as possible, guys. You want to just go ahead and brush the beginning of the brow forward to get that product out, especially if you want that faded look. That's what you need to do to get it. Your girl was beat today, honey. I had lashes and makeup on from the night before, okay, or the night after, however, whatever. Alright, guys, so as usual, I'm using the Elf and Milani concealers just to get that perfect shade, just to get a nice base on her eyelid for her shadow. I already told y'all from my last video, I always go in with the same concealers. I always mix like 3 to 2 concealers of different brands because it's just better for me. And then that's just my little technique that I like to do. I'm also taking my concealer brush, which is the KGM Beauty concealer brush called the Sleek 225. And I'm just going in and concealing the tail first, and then I'm moving my way to the front of the brow. You always want to conceal the tail first to make sure the angle is right on each side, and then go in the beginning of the brow. Now, usually in the beginning of the brow, I do take a different or a darker shade that match your skin tone, but since she is light, I figured it really didn't matter because this was like I think 2 shades or 1 shade lighter than her skin tone, so I did not do that technique for her in this video, guys. So I'm just making sure her brows are even to my liking, guys, and then I'm gonna go ahead and conceal the top of them. I talked about this Sleek 225 brush on my probably 5 posts before this when I used to sell them on my website. I still will be selling them, guys. They are $8 on my website. So when you get a chance, make sure you go shop kgmbeauty.com. to get your lashes, skincare, brushes, lip liner, brow pencils, and so on. So I'm just making sure the brows are even. It's really hard to film and do your client's face because 9 times out of 10, you're sitting in front of the client to make sure everything is symmetrical, like everything is centered and all that good stuff. So it's really hard to film, and sometimes I'll be like really wanting to change the angle of the camera. But this is basically the day in the life of a makeup artist because this is real time and this is like a real client that have somewhere to go. So I really didn't have time to keep moving or positioning my body for the video or moving and repositioning the camera for the video. My studio is kind of big, almost like my kitchen, but it's just my front door of the studio is where the camera is and people walking in and out, and it was just, hard for me to find a good angle for you guys so I won't be in front of the camera. But anyway, I hope you guys like her brows. Her brows came out really nice, really, really nice. I love the burgundy. It really went with her hair, like literally. It was like spot on almost. I really didn't want them that bright of a red. I wanted them like burgundy red, but also red. So you can tell, like, yeah, this is my real hair. Look at my brows type look. So that's the look I was going for. And like I always tell y'all, the concealers that I use, they literally melt in the skin. Just like right here, that concealer literally just melted in the skin. It was definitely a great shade for her skin tone, guys. So I'm just patting it out with my Real Technique concealer buffing brush. Like I said, she's getting a natural look, so I'm probably going to do some browns on her eyelid. Alright, guys, so this disclaimer. When you're doing a natural look and you're looking for like the perfect brown for your client's skin tone, make sure you go with the best brown, okay? Don't put like no taupe on their eyes, making it look all like peachy and brown or anything like that. You have to have and find the perfect brown for the skin tone. So, if you saw in the video, I was actually wiping that eye off and starting over because the browns that I was picking out of the Juvia's Place was coming up or showing up differently on her skin tone, which, duh, we all should know that because different skin tones bring different colors to the face. And I just didn't like it. So I went into my regular burnt brown orange color that everybody looks beautiful in, and started patting that on her eyelid, guys. So that's why you saw me wiping it off. That's just a disclaimer. Just wipe it off. Start over. Don't let your client go out looking crazy with this crazy brown on their face. Okay? Just start over, sis. So I'm just taking my Wet n Wild brush and I'm going in and patting the shadow on. I like going on the lid and then going in the beginning of the brow, only because I like to blend the line from the brows. In the beginning, I like the brows to look a little bushy, but not too perfect in the beginning, kind of like faded into the shadow. So yeah, that's why I do that. And then I'm gonna do the other side the same way, guys. This video is sped up, so best believe me, I was doing this patting motion for the longest on the shadow. So don't think this shadow is that good. Like, you just a couple boom booms and your shadow popping up. This video is sped up, so I definitely did a couple coats on her eye and was blending the crap out of it. But if you notice, the eye that I'm on is giving way more brown than the other eye, and that's because I started over, guys. So I believe I am going to go back into her other eye just to make it a little bit more pigment to the brown and make them look both the same. So now I'm just taking my NYX, I think it's called, oh my god, I forgot what it's called, but it's one of the popular NYX mascaras that everybody was talking about. And I'm just doing her lashes. Like I said, she don't wear fake lashes. So I needed a mascara to really pull her lashes out, make something happen here and stuff like that. So now I'm priming the skin. I already cleaned the skin with micellar water and toner. And now I'm just going in with my Milk and Magnesia. Only because she had an event to go to and she was going home to go to sleep with the makeup on. She always do this, but the Milk and Magnesia is going to keep that face intact. So that's why I'm going in with that for the primer today. And you want to go ahead and wait until that primer turn white. You'll see it dry down and turn white, or sometimes it'll be clear. It just depends on how much of the product that you use, guys. It turn white or clear. It just depends. So that you see right before your eyes is turning white because it's drying. And it really don't take that long to dry either, guys. As long as you have like a little fan, especially if you're in a rush and you have like more clients after this client, just take a quick fan to her face and it'll be dry in like literally 3 minutes. I love using this Milk and Magnesia technique on my brows and on my face, guys. I don't know, it just makes the face look popping more. So I'm going in with my NARS foundation. I believe this is taupe, or is it called taupe, or oh my god, I forgot what it's called. It starts with a T. I think it's like TH something. But I'm going in with that shade only because in the past when I did her makeup, her shade is very hard to find. I usually mix like two foundations, but the foundations that I usually mix either is too yellow or too pink or something like that. She's kind of like in between. So NARS had the best shade for her, like literally. I think this shade is a little darker or a little bit more yellow when it comes down to her skin tone, but it worked out perfectly because watch when I blend this out. Literally flawless, but it is high yellow. That's the only thing about it. But we all can fix that with, contouring and bronzing and concealing the face. So that's what I'm doing now. And I just took the next shade up in that NARS foundation collection, which I think that started with an M. I'm not sure, guys. I really don't be remembering all the shades of the foundation. I be remembering, but I just don't know how to pronounce or say some of the words, so I don't want to give you guys just anything. So, yeah. So I'm going to take my Real Technique brush. Make sure you spray your Real Technique brush with any setting spray that you're using to set your makeup. Now, that is the trick. That is the trick. Throughout your whole makeup process with doing a client and you're doing, face, you want to always go in with a setting spray. Spray the face again, blend it out again, or spray the brush. I love to spray my brush in my face sometimes, but most of the time I spray my brush. If I'm feeling like I use the Milk and Magnesia on you and you were already dry, I go in with my brush for the spray and also the face for the spray because it'll help me blend out the foundation a little bit more. So when I'm doing natural clients that don't want that much makeup, I always go in with my Real Technique sponge or any sponge and just suck up the foundation. Now, I know you're about to say, girl, you always use your sponge. Yes, but I only use my sponge on regular clients when it comes down to the concealer under the under eye. I'm using my sponge on her whole entire face because I want the foundation to soak up and I want to give her a real natural glam. Not too much, but just enough. So that's what that sponge is doing for me right now. Just basically evening out the foundation and just taking a whole lot of it off her face, basically. So I'm just going in with the brush just to make sure I bronze the bronzer that I used on her face, or the contour that I used on her face, is blended out seamlessly with no demarcation lines or anything like that before we go into our concealer, guys. So yeah, like I told y'all, this foundation shade was like perfect for her. And I've been doing her makeup for a while, since I literally started doing makeup. And it was just literally so hard to find her shade, but I have her shade now. And I literally cannot wait to like use up all my foundations to get the full collection of NARS. Because right now I just probably have like 7 to 8 shades for my girls, and most of them shades is brown shades. But I literally want to have the full collection, and when I say the full collection, I mean concealers, foundations, the soft matte, the illuminating. I think it's called illuminating or something like that. It's kind of lightweight, equivalent to the long lasting one, which is the one I'm using. But the whole NARS brand and collection is perfect for your client, especially the soft. I think it's called the soft matte concealer, not the liquid, but the soft matte concealer. So I'm going in with that same concealer from her eyelids, just a brighter shade more, just to bring her under eye out and to get that full coverage under her eye, her cupid's bow, and her nose. And then y'all should already know I always go back in with the brow when I'm doing my concealer, just to make the brows look sharper. Blend that out, make the brows look sharper, make them stand out a little bit more. I love using that technique. It works for me all the time. I'm not sure about other makeup artists, but this is my way of doing my makeup, and I love it. And I hope my clients love it as well. So right now, I'll always go in with the cupid's bow first and let the eyes dry down when I'm blending out my concealer. Now, I did notice, guys, when I do my clients, that I feel like I use a little bit too much of makeup, and I find myself wasting it, which is not good. So you don't never want to use too much. That's why I go in on my hand. And if you guys see my hand in this video, you'll see that it's not that much makeup on my hand. But I feel like we as makeup artists and people be thinking we need a whole lot of makeup, when literally we just need a dash of makeup, like a dash that can literally go around the whole face. And that's what happened with this concealer right here. I started blending and it literally spread, which is fine because you could just blend. But you know what I mean? So I'm going in with the. Alright, guys. So I'm going in with the bronzer shade first. I notice when I go in with the face powder first, um, and then the bronzer, it doesn't show up as good as I wanted it to. So now my technique is to actually go in with the bronzer first to set the perimeter around the face, which is the forehead, and then bring out the cheekbones and the nose, the bridge of the nose, and then go in with the face powder. So that brings out more contour and bronzing into the face, guys. I couldn't find a word I'm looking for, but whatever. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. And the bronzers that I left to go in with right now is Juvia's Face bronzers. I have them in medium dark and deep dark, I believe. Yeah, and I love them to death. So sometimes I'll go in with that, and then sometimes I'll go into my Fenty bronzers, which I have in Carmen Coco Naughty, and Mommy or something. One of those. I know it's a dark shade, but Mocha Mommy, that's what it is. So yeah. So now I'm just going in with that blush, guys, and I'm making sure her skin is all blushy because I love me some blush. Y'all should already know that. I'm not sure if y'all saw, but I do love to set my brows. I love to set around my brows because, like I said, I do the technique with the concealer, which is around the brows. So if you don't set around your brows, when you do this concealer technique, you're going to have a problem. But yeah, the brows just look so good when you do this, when you do that. So I'm just going back in with that brow ankle pencil and just getting the powder off them and just brushing them out, you know. Because like I said, it is shadow. So we have to be very careful. I did carve out her cheekbones, guys, only because I wanted her to have a lift type of look for this event she's going to. And then I'm going to take my foundation brush, and whatever is on the brush, you're going to go ahead and just take it to the face and melt the powder. I think a lot of people be noticing that I do that. Basically, I'm not going back into no foundation. I'm taking whatever that's on that foundation brush and whatever powder I have on her face, because the brush should be wet a little bit from the foundation, and I'm just taking that brush to the face to melt the foundation in the face. Okay, guys, steady swiping it with the brush, because I feel like swiping it will make your skin look a little bit more drier. So once you take that foundation brush and the powder to the face, it's going to melt. Okay. So, like I told y'all in the beginning of this, when I did her eye, I went back in and I made it a little bit more dramatic, the shadow. And also, I'm taking that shadow under her eye as well. I believe I'm going to line her eyes as well. Y'all, don't forget the spray. I told y'all you always want to go back and forth in with your spray throughout finishing your face. Okay, it's going to keep your face on forever. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, child. Going back in with some mascara, and this time this mascara is from e.l.f. I really do love this mascara. It really does the job and, you know, separate the lashes really good. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing her bottom lashes and her top lashes. Trying to make them things pop because she never want to wear lashes. I don't know why, but it's cool. Because your girl got a new service coming, which is the lash extensions, and she going to get them done. Okay? Okay. So I'm just taking my breezy on her nose and stuff like that. So this is the end of the video, guys. I really didn't take a good video of her before and after, or her after with my phone, or her lip. So please excuse me, guys. Make sure you go here, like, comment, and subscribe down below for more videos. We on a road to 1,000 subscribers. See you all on the next tutorial. Peace. I've been on my grind.